Circular array. Well, there's been some discussion lately, and a little teaser video about Creative Studio 7 and circular array. It didn't tell us much, but I'm using version Creative Studio 6, and this is my little logo here on the screen, and here's what I'm going to show you. I have used circular array for a very long time. Go over here and get another quilt group, and I can just zoom in to where this is where the machine is sitting. That's where the needle is sitting, right there. Okay, I'm going to take this geometric square and I'm going to put it on the screen. I want to make this 48 by 48, and I'll just put it on the screen by going to repeat patterns and clicking OK. And I'm going to change my reference to center, and it will center it around this point. Then I'm going to go back to this geometric square. I'm going to make it 42 by 42. And repeat patterns, click OK. Change my reference point here before I do that to center. Now I have perfectly a center. I have a square within a square. I'm going to change this to a boundary. Change that one to a boundary. Then I'm going to go get a border pattern, a corner pattern, and I have a border corner pattern and a border pattern. So I'm going to place the border corner pattern in the upper left. So let's go to repeat patterns and click OK. Now all I'm going to do is grab this, move it into place, and adjust it so that it fits correctly. I'll get my orange anchors so that I can decrease it in size, and this way it decreases it on all sides proportionally. Decrease it a little more, move it into place exactly the way I want it to be, and I'll call that good. I always like to end up with my side anchors. Now, here's what I can do, and since we're talking about circular array, and here is the center of this entire project, I will just select this, and I will go down and tell it to do a circular array. Okay, how many do I need? I need 3. Okay, at 90 degrees, and yes, it has figured all that out for me. I'll place the array, and I'll go right there and get in the center of that. And it's going to place those relatively in the right place, and all I'll need to do now is just go and place them where I want them to be. So that's a good use right there for a circular array. Now I'll show you something else. Okay, I have this geometric circle. I'm going to put it on the screen and change my reference point to center. Just makes it easier, and it'll center around this point. There it is. Now I want to do a circular array with this pattern. I'll select that pattern. I'm going to put it on the screen. Grab the pattern, move it up, adjust it so that it fits, and I'll get it pretty close. That looks pretty good. I wish these anchors wouldn't be so sensitive and keep changing like that. Maybe that'll be an update. Maybe that'll be in the update. Anyway, I have it sitting there. Now, here's this pattern is almost 6 inches wide. And I've already did the math. I know that to make a circular array out of this pattern around this circle, I am going to need 8 of those. First, I'm going to turn this to a boundary so it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing. So there it is. I will select it. I'll circular array it. Now it is right here, says, okay, it's going to do 3 at 90, and no, I know I need 8. I've done the math. You have to do the math, because it doesn't know what you want to do. I need 8. I need those to be at 45 or minus 45. It doesn't matter which way I do it. I'll go right there, put in 45. And I'll click on number of copies, and it's going to decrease it to 7 and make it negative 45, and that's fine. Place the array. I'll put my cursor right in here in the center of this, and click that. Now it does a pretty good job of doing this around this circle. But here's what I had to know. I had to know that how far around this circle it was. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those around there. I had to know the distance around that circle. And I know that the circle is 15 inches across. And I can just put my calculator up here and see what all kinds of stuff this calculator has to offer. And I know that I take 15 and I divide that by the quantity of pi. So I'll divide that by 3.141593. Now that's about as far out as I want to carry that. I'll hit equal. And I know that I did something wrong. So we'll go back and do it again. Hit my calculator back. Where'd you go? Okay, 15. I need to go times 3.141593. This pi is a never-ending number. Okay, so it's 47.12359 or 123.895. Okay. Now, this is the distance around this circle. I want 8 of these. Okay, because if I divide this by the size of this pattern, which has a width of 5 5.98. So if I divide that by 5.98, 5.98, it's going to tell me that I need 7.88, so I need 8 copies around there, 8 of those. So that's how I determined that I needed 8 of these. And how did I know the 45 degrees? Well, I can just clear everything. We have 360 degrees in the entire circle. Okay. And if I divide that by 8, I get 45 degrees. So that's how I know. I knew I needed 8 at 45 degrees. So I needed 7 copies at 45 degrees because I already had placed 1 copy and I needed these 7 right here. So that is what you have to do a circular array of this type. It does not automatically do all of these calculations for you. So hopefully in version 7 it's going to do some of this for us. Something that I have done for a number of years using circular array is I make my own fill patterns. Now I put the circle on here and then I converted it to a boundary because I wanted something for reference to see how large this was. And I don't really need that, but I want something for a reference. I have the geometric line. I'll take the geometric line and I'm going to do Alt P and I'm going to use the geometric line. I'm going to go here, right in the center. Start there at the center, left click up here, left click back down here, right click to get out of that. Now that would up here and back, but I need to have this combined, so I'll select it. I'll combine the patterns. Now it's one pattern. And if I just click on the old virtual over here, it's going to stitch up there and stitch back. Okay? So simple. Now, this is fairly simple. I select this. I go and do a circular array. Let's say I want this to be at every 5 degrees around the circle, 365 degrees. So I want it to be every 5 degrees. Oh, again, we got to do a little math. It's not going to do all this for us. Okay. So how did I come up with 5 degrees? How many copies do I need? I'll take 360 and I'll divide that by 5. It tells me I need 72. Okay, I have 1 already. So I'm going to need 71. I'll do a circular array. Circular array. I need, say, a total of 72. And if I put that in and then I click on this number, it will tell me, okay, I need 71 more at 5 degrees. Place the array, click on this center point right there, and I have in snap turned on and it snaps to it. There's my circular array right there. How does it stitch? Well, I can go to this And you can see it's just going to go up and back, up and back, up and back, up and back, all the way around. You don't need to see that. I can make this any way I want to. So I'm going to just select this pattern. I'm going to combine it. Okay, and if I wanted to, I could export it to CSQ, move it over there. Yeah, okay, see it says a bunch of stuff right in the center. That would be a terrible, that would be awful. So I can show you, you would have something in the center here that you didn't want to quilt over. Then you would do a fill inside and that would all work, okay? So let's go back to this. Let's go back and do our, I'm just going to Control Z and I'm going to Control Z. It may not work. Okay. I got rid of everything except my regular line right here, my single line. And if I want to do a circular array, let's say I want them to be 10, okay, 360 divided by 10 is 36. Okay, select it, circular array it. I want 36. 36. Come on. Got to stay with it. Keep it right there. 36 total. And I'm going to say, okay, click on that. It'll say I need 35, and it says, it figures it at 10 degrees. Place the array and have the InSnap turned on. There it is. It does that, you see. And again, what you're going to do, it's just going to stitch up and back. Okay. Now to show you what I would use this for, and see, I can use this, I can expand this however to fit a block or whatever. I'm going to delete this, get my geometric square, and I'm going to change the size of it to, say, I don't know, 14 by 14. I'll place it on the screen, change my reference to center, place it. Now I can take this pattern and I can just get my anchors, my orange, and I can expand this. I don't want to expand that. I want to turn this thing, that thing to a boundary, convert it to a boundary. Now I'm going to get all of this. I selected the whole thing before. And I'll just expand this so that it goes out beyond the edge of that. Okay. Now I'll take this geometric square and I'll make it, I don't know, 5 by 5. And place it on the screen, change my reference to center, place it, change it. Okay. I'm going to pause this. Okay, I've converted this pattern to a boundary, and then I have this boundary. And I'll just go over here and use the fill inside icon. Well, better select my pattern first. Got to get all of it. Let it work on it. Okay, it's finished. And I'll just hit escape. So there we are. That's what we can use that for. I have a pattern, I have something in here I don't want to stitch over, I want to do a fill in the background. There's many other ways of doing fill. There's other patterns that I have made for myself. See, it just goes and it just stitches all the way around this. So that's a use for using circular array, using fill, a little bit of extra ideas right here. Okay, maybe this helps with circular array. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe CS7 will eliminate all of the mathematics